Hi guys, welcome to the Woodle Doodle Club with me, Mr. Woody Woods. This is session number 3. Today we are going to be drawing lonely monsters. So let's crack on. This is again in association with the Brains Trust, the brain cancer people. So we've got 3 monsters, again 30-minute session. Try and do 10 minutes on each. Grab a paper, pen, pencil. First, we will be drawing Jasper. These little lonely monsters, people are normally scared of them, so they run away and hide. These guys just want to play, have some fun. Here he is, lonely Jasper, playing with his little bouncy ball. We'll then move on to Hector. Hector's a mummy, and he's listening to a vinyl record which says 100 sad songs. Oh, poor Hector. And then finally, the last one, which is a bit more complex, is Ted. Ted is offering free hugs. Okay, let's get going. Okay, again, we'll start with simple shapes, crosshatches, circles. Right. Let's drop in that crosshatch on the page there to set the scene. And then we'll drop in a circle up here, which represents the head, obviously. Again, I will be chucking in some monster random factoids this time. Obviously, monsters aren't real, so these are made up facts, but still fun. Right, we will start with a bit of a triangle shape this time. It looks a bit like a ghost or a large finger with a fingernail on the end. And then we'll just drop in another crosshatch, about 2/3 down. It's going to be the waist. Jasper, poor Jasper's got very long arms, but quite short legs. Just drop in these legs here. He's also quite a hairy chap. So again, I love a bit of symmetry, so same on both sides, same leg. And then a bit of a line there to represent the middle of his body. And then down here, we'll drop one of his long arms. And 3 fingers. So there are loads of, this is a fact by the way, loads of famous monsters out there in modern fiction. So we have mummies, zombies, werewolves, vampires, Frankenstein. I've always been interested in monsters from a young age. I think I just love how different they are, and when people write about them or create them, they're just all completely unique, and you have creative freedom really to create your own scary monster. I'm going to drop in an arm here. We'll add some jagged hair on it when we come to the detail bit. There you go, we've got the basic shape of Jasper there. And again, this dude's got a little cap on, so just a little line there. And he's got a cap, which reminds me of the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Will Smith arriving at the door, arriving this little cap where a cheeky windmill on top that spins around. Okay. So look at these pencil marks. It's a bit messy, doesn't matter. Rub it out at the end. Again, and then we'll drop in a shadow at the bottom, situate this monster on the page. Just drop in another circle here. It's going to look a bit like a lollipop. This is actually that bouncy bat and ball. Just a very lonely monster and wants to play with someone. Okay. Very long nose here. And a couple of big sad eyes. and a sad upward turned mouth. Okay, so Jasper's dropped in, and then we'll go in with the pen again, and I'm just going to do a bit of a jagged line down here that's going to represent him being quite hairy in her suit, and then one here as well. And another line down here. His hairy leg. In ancient Greek mythology, there's one monster called Argus, and he had over 100 eyes all over his body. I love that, that's pretty cool. See who's coming. Okay, and then we just repeat that hairy jagged line down this side. Then finish off with his cap on top. Okay, just drop in this wobbly shadow underneath. So this is the simplest of the three. I'll just start with, he's almost like a stick man shape. Drop in this sad face. Okay. And then this ball. It's a very simple circle shape with a rectangle underneath. Jasper's nearly finished. Thanks for watching again. Thanks for joining me. Okay, and like the last ones, we're going to do just a very simple dot dash line up his body to represent his hairiness. Okay, lonely Jasper is complete. I think I should probably draw one of his companions. Let's move on to Hector. Maybe if these guys hung around together, they wouldn't be so lonely. I think they live quite far away from each other. Right, so Hector is our chap with the vinyl record. And we're going to start again, as always, with our crosshatch on the page. I'll drop in a head again. This one I'm going to do slightly differently. And we can all draw stick men. Remember from school days. Just going to have a basic body here, and then a couple of arms coming off. A waist line there, and then the legs, just a line like this, and then a slightly cocked leg on that side with a bend in the knee. And that's the basic shape. And then what we'll do is, again, pause and play at home if I'm going too fast, or you want to just take your time and draw at your own pace. We'll start with some shoulders up here. So that is almost a triangle again, I suppose, like that. And then we'll just bring this line down here on the outside of the stickman shape. And I'm going to give poor Hector, he's got some broken fingers here, some very crooked looking fingers going on. He's a mummy after all, wrapped in bandages. And then same on the other side, just an arm going down here. Broke a little finger. And then he's holding this vinyl record, so I'm just going to drop in a square. There you go, basic shape coming together. And then just drop in his legs. Now Hector is quite a simple shape to create. He's quite detailed because he's covered in bandages, and that takes a bit of time on this one. Drop in these bandaged legs. And then I'm going to give him 3 toes on this side and then 6 on that side. Why not? And again, that shadow that situates him on the page. And we'll just go to the top of the page and just drop in some headphones. Wherever he is, he's got access to headphones and a vinyl record player and some records. It might be a little cave, but he's got some of these things. And then we'll just do a wiggly line. It's going to come off the page to represent that cable. They're not wireless, these headphones. We'll then just do some lines across the face like that. And he's going to have big, sad eyes. It's another random factoid. So not all monsters are actually horrible. They don't all want to kill people. So monsters like King Kong or Frankenstein, they've actually been created just to be misunderstood. They can't help how they look. Remember King Kong just getting to the top of the Empire State Building, just wanting to be friends with that blonde lady. Right, so there's the basic shape or structure of the mummy. And then it's time to go in with pen. Okay, so here we'll start on the right hand side again, as always. And what I'm going to do is just do a bit of a jagged line. This is the quickest way of doing it because you can add the lines at the end, and they're also quite quick to do actually. And then these broken fingers. And then again, just down the leg. Same jagged lines. Same on this leg. And you guessed it, same on the arm as well. Just while we're here, just drop in this square vinyl. Okay. And then just down this arm. Basic shapes coming to life. Let's drop in the shadow so he's not flying or floating. And then go to the head. And these bandages on his head. Let's drop in the headphones. That bit that goes over the top. There you go. And then we'll just wiggly line. and Hector is coming to life. So now we're going to add the extra bits of detail. The eyes, the nose, the mouth, the vinyl record cover. Okay, so we'll start on this side. You see, just by doing these simple lines, make them thick or thin, just to represent the bandages. Quickly, Jasper's covered in bandages. Okay, that's also quite satisfying. That's quite nice when you see it all coming to life, especially with this big chunky pen. Sorry, I know I keep going on about this pen. It's my favourite. We get quite geeky, us illustrators, when we discuss materials and pens we like to use. I used to be part of a group called Draw Northwest, and some characters there. We used to get together and just have a drink and just chat the world of illustration. Yeah, we did actually talk about pens, which is a bit sad, but... Right, same stripes go across the centre like this. Okay, so you'll see quickly, you can see the mummy shape come to life. 3 toes there, and then he's got, I think I said 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 odd ones sticking out there. And then down these lines, a bit like, do it on the fingers as well quickly. A bit like a brick pattern on a building. Just do some little lines, just add that extra bit of detail and look like the bandages that are wrapped around old Hector here. On his face as well. I'll come to the face next. Just make them a bit more sporadic, so they don't have to be like every other line. So that's pretty cool. Just do this vinyl record quickly. We can have a big eye shape. Bit graphic with a bit of a sad tear coming out. I'm just going to grab a thinner pen. Just write down 100 sad songs, like that. Then we'll go to the face. I've got this thinner pen, it's a bit more detailed. The sad eyebrows upturned. And then a bit of a grumpy mouth there. Get a bit of stubble as well. Okay, Hector has been brought to life. So that's 20 minutes so far, and then I'm just going to move on to the last one with Ted. Okay. Just using a cartridge paper, which is quite nice and textured, so it just holds the pen, takes the pen quite well. Right, we'll move on to poor lonely Ted with his free hug sign. Okay, again, you know the drill. That crosshatch in the centre. This one's quite fun. We're going to start with a massive egg-like circle. If you can't get the shape right the first time, draw around again like this. And then you can see it's actually not quite in the centre, but it doesn't matter. There you go, that's more in the centre. I think we'll then drop in another egg-like shape here. for his head. And then 2 big circles. It looks like some sort of beetle is forming here. 2 big circles there. And then another couple of circles here, and you'll see what these are when I start drawing. Okay, so you'll see, you just follow this line here. This is actually going to form the arms. You've got 3 fingers and a thumb. And then again, I like a bit of symmetry. Let's do the same on this side. Okay. You see he's holding up a little sign there. Okay, so then we'll just drop in the rectangle here. This could be his sign. Again, pause and play at home. Draw at your own pace. And then another long thin circle there. And then outside of that line, just a couple more. These are the legs and this is the body. And because he's got 3 fingers, we'll give him 3 toes as well. And Ted here has got massive horns. So just continue that line. Continue that line. So we've got a bit of symmetry going on. Can have a couple of ears, and he's got a little beanie on. I'm currently wearing a beanie, so I think that's why I've drawn that. Okay, 1 big Cyclops style eye. I realise I quite like those. I draw those on most of my characters that you've seen. A couple of sharp teeth and a downward facing mouth, and he's actually got a bit of a goatee going on. So it looks a bit messy. There's a lot of circles, a lot of lines, cross hatches going on, but don't worry. Final circle, shadow. It's not floating. And now the fun bit. We can start dropping in the detail. So we'll grab our pen. Okay, we can go in over here. Just follow this line. Very big arms, big forearms. And let's just do that on the other side as well. Start with the fingers. Again, because I'm a lefty, I do things slightly different to those right-handed people. Let's just drop in that piece of cardboard. Maybe he's homeless, you know. So random factoid. They're often ugly and make people scared, but I think these guys are the opposite of that. They are a bit ugly, but they just want some friends. You don't see many beautiful monsters. So we'll just drop in some dark bits on the ears there and a little beanie. They're also commonly portrayed as lower class or as mutants. They're deformed, they're supernatural, they're otherworldly. So I wonder where Ted lives. He's from a different planet. Does he live in a cave, up a tree? Let's drop in these 3 feet down here. And then just see this bit of the body here, we're just going to complete that under his chin. And then just move on to the horns there. And these horns with two-tone effects have got a bit of something dark, like moss-like on the end of his horns. Just colour that in. Don't forget the top of his body as well. And this shadow. Okay, he's coming to life again. Let's drop in that eye. Okay. He's also quite a spiky dude. That's probably why people are a bit scared of him, to be honest. Some spikes, and then one on his... I can imagine that's quite uncomfortable sleeping covered in spikes and horns. Try and get tricky to get through doors. Okay, so the basic shape's done. And finish with some lines, like a snake's scaly belly. And then this guy's not hairy, he's a bit slimy, so it's gonna drop in some wobbly lines to represent the oozy slime. All over his body. This music's a bit trippy, a bit eerie to go with this monster theme. This music's been a bit sweet and jazz-like, and then it goes a bit hardcore, so sorry about that. Finally, just gonna drop in his little handwritten sign. He's got cheeky, cute backward G and S. He can't really write. He's trying. Make it look like cardboard. Just put a couple of marks on it like that. A few lines there. Extra details. And that is Ted. And that is the end of this session. So the end of the 3 sessions. Hope you've enjoyed them. Please keep drawing. I find it very therapeutic, very relaxing. You can put some more relaxing music on if you want than this. Right, so this has been in association with Brains Trust, and it's the Woodle Doodle Club, Mr. Woody Woods, and I'll say goodbye until next time. Bye.